And listen, I kind of agree. I don't think that he'll be a bad choice. I don't love what the choice represents in terms of the way that they're holding on to the past just so desperately instead of trying to go off in a new direction and try something else. Now, you can make the argument they tried something else last year with Gerard Mayo. I disagree. Gerard Mayo was a guy who was in-house. That wasn't really trying something new. He was inexperienced, so it was new to him, but you weren't going outside the box at all, and Josh McDaniels is most certainly not an outside-the-box type of hire. I think we all agree with that, even if he is potentially their best option. And I'm kind of coming around to the idea that if you really care about continuity, and I do care about continuity. I don't want Drake Maye to have 3 different OCs in his first 3 years. If you care about that type of stuff, McDaniels may be, him or Van Pelt, may be the best option.
So first of all, I don't care what James White thinks. No disrespect. He's
Okay.
your offensive coordinator. Like, you're biased.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to get an honest answer.
Unless he didn't like him, yeah. I mean,
you're right. If he pulled a Jackson Smith and Jigba and was like,
good luck.
I don't know. But if he says, I love him, well, yeah, you should love your coach. Like, he did a good job, whatever. And we know he's a competent candidate. There's a reason he's very much in the conversation. It's not ridiculous. I did want to bring my poll to the show.
Gross.
Because I'm big on polls lately on Twitter, and I appreciate the interaction the fans are giving. So I put my poll out today, and it was, if Josh McDaniels is hired as the Patriots offensive coordinator, how will you feel about it? Pumped, great fit was one option. Hate it was another. And meh, guess it's okay.
You can put me in the meh camp.
Okay.
I didn't vote on this. Let me vote on it right now.
You'd have a lot of friends in your meh
Skew the
camp,
results, yeah.
but not the majority. The majority of fans are 54% pumped, great fit. 41% say, meh, guess it's okay. So that is 95% of Patriots fans are at least okay with the idea of bringing in Josh
only
McDaniels.
5% hate it. That's interesting. I guess there's not really a big, sexy name out there for offensive coordinator at the time.
You nailed it.
That's the reason,
There
right?
is no other option. And not even is there not a sexy one. We haven't even sort of all committed to an unsexy one. Even if there was one unsexy.
Kaylee and LaFleur
like just
and
one
some of these
name.
Yeah, right.
All
yeah.
I hear is Kaylee and LaFleur and AVP and Wes Phillips and Josh McDaniels. If we all got
You're the
together.
only one saying Wes Phillips, but
yeah, it's true. But you know how, like, early on in the process, there's like 20 candidates for the primaries.
Right.
Everybody's just like overwhelmed. It's like, talk to me when you narrow it down a little bit. If we all said Wes Phillips, if we just said my guy, Wes Phillips, Wes Phillips, Wes Phillips, Wes Phillips, I think the voting would change. But right now, no one is proposing a legitimate alternative. No one is proposing anyone that is in any way interesting. And it's like, well, okay, I guess McDaniel. I mean, he's been here. He's done some good things. Okay, so that's the one answer. My other part of this is he has spent time trying to upgrade, alter, modernize, simplify his offense in the last year. I know that. Like, he's been working, getting information from colleges and programs and doing different things. What that leads to, I have no idea, because I'm a little dubious of that, if we're being honest. I think sometimes it's hard for those guys that have so much success to really alter it. They may want to, and then they start and they're like, but I don't know, I do this and it kind of worked for me. And they have all these plays in their mind that worked. Why would I cut that page out? Why would I cut, like, and he does have a massive playbook, and that'll be a challenge for not only Drake Maye, but Bort.
My son is named Bort also.
Jalen Poor.
Come on, Bort. Let's
go. Tet McMillan, whoever they bring in, like, there's
Bort
going to be a challenge there. So I like the idea of Josh McDaniels. The biggest question I have for you, and it seems like a lot of people have this issue, who wants Josh McDaniels?
The Patriots? Who in the Patriots
How
wants Josh
about a
McDaniels?
more specific name?
I would imagine that it is a familiar name, and that makes him attractive to the Kraft family.
Yes.
Yes.
Does that bother you?
Yes.
So does it bother you that maybe Mike Vrabel is like us? He doesn't really have a better answer, so he's just going to say.
So this guy's going to get foisted upon him, and that's how it's going to go? I don't like that at all.
Foisted seems negative.
Foisted, but that's it, right? I mean, if we agree that Elliott Wolf is kind of getting foisted on him here, too, why wouldn't they also foist
Josh
McDaniels?
Because Elliott Wolf, I think Vrabel has a better answer. His name is Ryan Cowden. And so there's this weird, okay, we'll make it all work. If he is like the rest of us at the OC position and didn't really, even if it was Tommy Rees, I don't know if it was or wasn't, Tommy Rees is not the most exciting of candidates. It's not a better name. It's not an easy sell. And if
Tommy Rees said, no, I'm going to go do something else here.
Right. But if Mike Vrabel, not Mike Rees, Tommy Rees, Mike Vrabel, if Mike Vrabel doesn't have a strong counterpoint to when Robert says, Josh McDaniels, A, is right down the street. B, has had a lot of success here. And also, interestingly, Adam Schefter was very quick to point out Josh McDaniels getting paid by the Raiders, so it'll be, what do you say, a friendly contract?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And we know the Crafts, hell, I'm not going to say the Crafts. All businessmen like friendly contracts. It's a friendly contract. So I just think it was so telling that I gave Schefter the chance to promote candidates, and one name was said.
Yeah.
The same one I would have said. I'm the dummy who's local and has the, I'm not talking to every team and texting all the time. Adam Schefter couldn't come up with another name?
How's this for a theory? Last year, no one wanted this job, right? No one wanted to be the offensive coordinator of the New England Patriots last year. It was a job that many people passed on. Right. Over a dozen people, I think was the report, said, thank you, we're going to go a different direction, or I'm going to go back to the team I already coach, or whatever it is it's going to be. And Nick Caley went on to be a tight ends coach with the Rams instead of being the OC here. Everyone picked something else. I know Drake Maye's here, and that's different from last year. But the offense was still a bottom 3 offense in points and in yards. Okay, so you look at it and you think, well, people are going to want to come and coach Drake Maye. Sure, right, yeah. Why wouldn't everybody want to do that? You still are a terrible offense. And an offensive coordinator getting his first job on a terrible offense, if they could go somewhere else, like the Vegas Raiders scored more points than the Patriots last year. They're not a better team, I don't think, necessarily, no. And they have a much worse quarterback situation, but that kind of paints the picture a little bit, doesn't it? Like, Drake Maye on his own wasn't enough to make this offense more than the worst offense in the league. And that, I think, is going to make, whether you want to buy it or not, it still makes this an unattractive job. It still makes this an unattractive destination, I think.
No, I think it's an attractive job. Do you? Yeah.
It was one of the worst offenses in the league last year with Drake Maye.
Yeah, but it's Drake Maye and what you think you can do with him.
Then why is this taking so long?
Because I don't know if there's good candidates. That's the other thing. The good offensive minds.
I don't think it's a good destination.
The good offensive minds are either head coaches or candidates to be head coaches. They're not coming to be your offensive coordinator. I think that's the problem. The pipeline may not have regenerated or refilled itself enough. And you're taking a risk, I think, on my guy, Wes Phillips, Josh McCown, Nick Caley. All those guys have one thing in common. They don't call plays.
Right.
They're not a play caller. So you're giving them a first-time opportunity, and there may be some stink there on the Crafts, anything. Last year, they went first-time everybody. Well, Mike Vrabel's not a first-time. Are they going to go the other way this year and nobody's going to be a first-timer? I don't know. Is it reactionary? I think that could be part of this calculation here in what they're doing.
Well, that's stupid, first of all. It's stupid to do that. Well, everybody was right. Nobody can be a first-timer this year, and everybody has to the year before. That's just a dumb way to do things.
And everybody has to be a first-timer sometime.
Exactly.
And we did the rundown. Remember when we did the rundown?
They just don't have to do it at once.
We did all the coaches that are good were good their first time.
Right.
There's plenty of bad ones the first time, too, but all of the good coaches were pretty much good the first time they took the job.
Yeah.
So do that with offensive coordinator.